Welcome to Muse. I'm Carol Masser. We're at the Darrell Roth Theater on Union Square in Manhattan. Built in the 1940s, this landmark building was converted into a theater in 1996 when it was home to performance group De La Guardia. Playing now, its offspring, the dazzling Forza Bruta. More on that later in our program. But first, Grammy Award-winning musician Terrence Blanchard. Jazz trumpeter, band leader, and composer, Blanchard has scored most of Spike Lee's films, including his New Orleans documentary, When the Levees Broke. Blanchard's most recent album is a tribute to the victims of Katrina. Patrick Cole spoke to him about a tale of God's will.
To go in my neighborhood and to see nothing and to hear nothing and to see all of these homes like totally destroyed, watermarks all along the routes, all throughout the neighborhood, and nobody be there. It was a very bizarre experience. It's something that I don't want to experience again because it was like being in a Hitchcock film. When I go and check on my mom's house because we're rebuilding it, when I go in that neighborhood, it's a constant reminder of, you know, we are so far from being what we were.
Lord have mercy.
My mom is not home, and most of her neighbors are not there. The only two other people on her block that are back in their homes right now.
Your current release is called A Tale of God's Will. What's the meaning of the title?
Well, in the aftermath of the hurricane, you start asking yourself questions: who's responsible? You know, who should go to jail? Who was negligent? Who was incompetent? And I had to say to myself, there's something in this horrible tragedy that we have to learn from. We have to take something from this and make our community a better place. And when I did the CD, I didn't want to elaborate on the negative. I wanted to deal with the positive and looking forward to the future. So that's why I call it A Tale of God's Will, because, you know, we have to be positive about the outcome of the hurricane and the outlook for our future.
How did you hook up with Spike Lee to begin with?
I initially started working with Spike because of a guy named Harold Vick, who was a jazz musician who lived here in New York. And Harold contracted a lot of young musicians, Branford Marsalis, myself, Donald Harrison, all of us to play on the scores. So we were doing the score to School Days. And I walked in to the session with a Lakers hat, Lakers t-shirt, and I had some Lakers tennis shoes, the Magic Johnson Converse series. Oh, man. And Spike was standing at the door, and he goes, "You're a Lakers fan, huh?" And I was like, "Yep, proud of it, man." So he remembered me from that experience. And then during Mo Better Blues, I actually was playing something on the piano that he liked and he asked to use. And that's how our relationship started in this collaborative career that we both have.
You also composed music for When the Levees Broke and about Katrina again. Was it difficult writing from your emotions as opposed to writing and looking at a fictional experience when you're composing film scores?
In a documentary, the stories are the most important thing. And those images were incredible. And the thing that I constantly thought about was I didn't want to write music that would overshadow any of that, not get in the way of the dialogue, not overtake the importance of what people were viewing. So I tried to write music that was more heartfelt and more universal, just as a backdrop to allow all of those amazing stories to be told.
You make a very handsome living as a film score. So at this point in your career, what allure does jazz have for you?
It's that feeling of being free musically. It's almost like a spiritual purging on a nightly basis. You know, that's what happens with these guys. And it's in a weird way, it's something that we need. We're the performers, but it's something that we need to kind of kind of strengthen our souls, so to speak.
In November, Terrence Blanchard appears with the Louisiana Philharmonic Orchestra in New Orleans, and he goes to the Kennedy Center with Spike Lee in December.